my special little guy's first school dance.
Oh, why do I have to go to some stupid dance? It makes just standing around with your friends feel like you're a loser.
When you watch sitcoms like The Simpsons, you probably think it's all about a writer's imagination on the screen, right? What if it's more than an imagination? What happens when what you watch in a cartoon comes to life before your very eyes? This is the reality surrounding the fictional sitcom, The Simpsons. Popular among Americans for decades, The Simpsons have aired several episodes all over the years. But there's one mystical fact about their shows: the ability to predict the future. Do you know that The Simpsons has stylishly predicted future events that all came to pass? And now, this somewhat mysterious show has made some predictions slated to happen in 2024. These predictions are terrible because if some eventually happen, they can alter our understanding of the Earth. Are you curious to know these predictions? Then join us as we dive right into them. The first prediction by Simpson is connected with Donald Trump's presidency. In this particular episode, Homer Simpson moves unexpectedly through the space-time continuum. As he staggers past various scenes, he encounters a presidential campaign sign that reads, "Trump 2024. This snippet was from an episode titled Bart to the Future, aired in 2000.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump.
Fast forward to the real world. Donald Trump, the former US president, announces his intention to run again for the highest office. His grand declaration echoes through the airwaves. "To make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States." The golden age of America, he claims, lies just ahead. Everyone who saw the episode was amazed at the level of detail and accuracy. Many believed that the writers of the TV series must have gone into the future, seen what was there, and dropped subtle insights for us. This Donald Trump prediction was fascinating. It left everyone scratching their heads. How could a cartoon show foresee a real-world political event? That wasn't the first time, nor will it be the last time that The Simpsons had allegedly peeked into the future. They'd previously hinted at the death of British monarch Queen Elizabeth, and even the resignation of embattled British Prime Minister Liz Truss. Whether it's time traveling, coincidence, or just plain wit, this show amazes many people with its quirky foresight. Keep watching, as there are more fascinating predictions. Have you heard of the DreamWalk HD3 holographic technology making tech enthusiasts jittery? This device, a fascinating three-sided holographic display case, can show a 3D image of anyone and anything from anywhere in the world. Imagine you in your room, seeing a miniature version of your friend as you guys exchange conversations. That is mind-blowing. The future is closer now than ever before. Why did I say that? Because the HD3 holograph is an indicator of the amazement that's on the way. It's already fascinating, and moving forward is the only way forward. But what if I told you that The Simpsons already saw this coming? In season 34 of the show, holograms take center stage. In one of these episodes, Bart Simpson gave us a sneak peek into the future. In this supposed future, a deadbeat Bart receives a hologram message inviting his band to a gig at the club. Before the DreamWalk holographic device became a thing, The Simpsons told us about the widespread use of the hologram technology. Could 2024 be when holograms would become as common as cell phones, just as they had predicted? While that might be a big ask, we have already taken a step in that direction with the Dream HD3 holograms. This technology is only available in about 500 Best Buy stores in the United States. Still, we might see a more widespread use this year, 2024. As we explore more of the shockingly accurate predictions of The Simpsons, let's go back to episode 17 of the 23rd season of the show. In this episode, there's a scene where Homer loses his job because his employer replaced all the human employees with robots. Suppose you watch that scenario and listen to the conversations between the cast. You might feel something familiar about everything in that scene. If we consider the progress that technologists are making in robotics and artificial intelligence, we might start to see the possibility of this prediction. Some people are already scared that AI products might eventually strip them of their jobs. Could humans start losing their jobs to artificially intelligent robots soon, or even as early as this year? I'll let you answer that. However, to put this in perspective, robots now serve as waiters in Japan, the United States, and other places worldwide. These robot waiters are precisely what they sound like. They are automated machines designed to replicate the role of waiters as much as possible. The functionality of these robot waiters is currently limited to delivering food and removing dirty dishes. Moreover, companies are working hard to expand the abilities of these robots and effectively eliminate the need for human staff members. The exciting part of this robot-human story is that these robot waiters can work full days without taking a break. A particularly popular robot is available for rent for about $1, $215 monthly. Let me break down the calculation for you. That's just over $40 a day in a 30-day month. Can you see how cheap it is compared to a human worker on minimum wage? These robot waiters can welcome and greet customers. Some even have a screen that simulates human faces. Generally, the robot waiters have trays built into their bodies, and a staff member loads food onto the waiter while the customers take their food themselves. However, I see a future, near or far, where these waiters will not need human input. The question now is, could robots take over from humans? Or are we panicking too much about nothing? Whatever the future holds, we know the Simpsons are onto something here. Which other predictions did Simpson give? We have? The writers also made a daring prediction in an episode of The Simpsons titled Back to the Future. They showed Lisa Simpson becoming the first female president of the United States. In the episode, the country had gone into a financial crisis, resulting from the terrible financial decisions made by the fictional President Trump. Lisa had to bring a tax hike to straighten things out a little. Let's go by the previous accurate predictions and depictions by The Simpsons. Should we expect a female president like Kamala Harris to be announced at the end of the next election in the United States? Or would the people vote for Trump for a second time in office, and he'll be overthrown by a female president? Many people claim that this prediction was already fulfilled following the election that brought Kamala Harris in as the first black female vice president of the United States. But what if we could take it a step further? Would that happen? It will surely be interesting to see how this all goes. We'll keep our fingers crossed and calmly anticipate. What other insane predictions do we have from Simpson this year? The colonization of Mars is one of the most bizarre predictions for 2024. It sounds more than just a coincidence to me. I don't know about you, but with every new prediction I hear and know about, I'm getting to a point where I strongly feel there's more than meets the eye with The Simpsons show and the writers. Let's look at this prediction from episode 6 of the 27th season of the series. The plot revolves around Lisa. Known for her intelligence and curiosity, Lisa discovers a government initiative seeking volunteers for a Mars colonization project. The prospect of becoming the first residents of another world is presented to the public. Intrigued and excited, Lisa and her family decided to volunteer. As the episode progresses, the family embarks on wild and wacky adventures, preparing for their interplanetary journey. The phrase, "Ladies and gentlemen, mankind's first residents of Mars," echoes in the background, adding to the surrealism of the situation. However, in a twist of fate, their vehicle refuses to start, leaving them grounded on Earth. But the episode doesn't end there. It concludes with a peek into the future, specifically the year 2051, where we see Marge and Lisa, now residents of Mars. This plot might sound like pure fiction, but you'll find it familiar if you've kept up with recent developments. Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX, has made his plans to colonize Mars known to everyone who cares to listen. His ambitious project has been a topic of discussion for years, making headlines worldwide. The uncanny resemblance between the scheduled date for Musk's Mars launch and the events of this Simpsons episode raises eyebrows. Could the writers and producers have insider information? Or is it just a coincidence? We can only speculate. However, this coincidence is bound to pique viewers' curiosity and raise questions. It's a testament to The Simpsons' accuracy in predicting events and its ability to mirror and sometimes even predict real-life events. Whether it's a case of life imitating art or vice versa, one thing is sure: the show is one to pay attention to, making us all wonder about the possibilities of life on Mars. As we move through different episodes of this show to pick out some incredible predictions that might apply to 2024 and beyond, let's look at something hinted at in the second episode of Season 24, which aired on March 24th, 2013. The episode is titled Treehouse of Horror, 23 Inches, and is a thrilling ride from start to finish. The episode centers around a well-known dysfunctional family and their attempts to evade the impending doom of a mysterious black hole. This black hole threatens to engulf Springfield, plunging it into an abyss of darkness and oblivion. The plot thickens when Lisa, in a twist of events, accidentally conjures up a cosmic demon. Despite the terror it instills, Lisa brings it home to shield everyone from its presence. It's far more dire than finding a stray dog or two on your doorstep. This is a black hole we're talking about. As any fan of The Simpsons would know, chaos is a given when this family is involved. The residents of Springfield, in their ignorance, continue to throw things into the black hole. Not knowing this will only increase the size and danger of the black hole. In the end, the black hole proves to be unstoppable. It consumes Springfield, leaving only Maggie behind in the desolate town. While this is undoubtedly a work of fiction, it does raise concerns about the potential for catastrophic natural events in our world. These events are so devastating, they're unlike anything we've ever experienced. Scientists say the closest black hole to our planet is approximately 1560 light-years away, so the likelihood of such an event occurring is virtually non-existent. However, The Simpsons has a track record of making eerily accurate predictions. That begs the question, should we be worried? Can 2024 be the end of the world as we know it? This will not be the case, but could an occurrence like that loom in the near or distant future? Only time can tell. In an episode of The Simpsons that aired in October 2016, the writers subtly hinted at the possibility of Ivanka Trump, the daughter of former US President Donald Trump, running for the presidency. In this episode, Homer Simpson is sporting a badge that reads, Ivanka 2028. This seemingly innocuous detail has led some to wonder if this could be another instance of the series accurately predicting future events. The Simpsons has a history of making such predictions, some of which have been entirely accurate. Ivanka Trump is no stranger to the political landscape of the United States. Over the years, she has established herself as a significant figure in this arena, thanks to her involvement in her father's administration. However, the idea of her running for the presidency is something that many might find hard to fathom. Is it a feasible possibility? Interestingly, this wasn't the first time Ivanka's character appeared on the show. In a 2017 episode, she was depicted replacing Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the Supreme Court. She was seen modeling a robe and earrings from her collection in this portrayal. This depiction of Ivanka in a position of such high authority further fuels speculation about her potential political ambitions. The thought of Ivanka Trump running for the presidency might come as a shock to many. After all, it's not every day that you see a former first daughter aiming for the highest office in the land. However, it's important to remember that this is all speculative and based on a fictional TV show. The Simpsons is known for its satirical take on American society and politics. The writers often incorporate real-life figures and events into their episodes, providing unique commentary. The inclusion of Ivanka Trump and the hint at her potential presidency could be a part of this satire. While the idea of Ivanka Trump running for the presidency might seem far-fetched to some, it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. Politics is unpredictable, and strange things happen. However, until there's any official confirmation, all we can do is wait and watch. But while waiting, the next prediction may become a reality. What is this prediction? The notion of mind control through music might seem like a far-fetched idea. Still, in the 12th season of The Simpsons, the 14th episode precisely, the show's creators delve into this concept. That made many viewers question the underlying messages in the series. The plot of this episode revolves around Bart, Nelson, Milhouse, and Ralph, handpicked by a music producer to form a boy band named Party Posse. While the band's name and rise to fame might seem like typical elements of a boy band story, there's a sinister twist. In their hit song Dropped a Bomb, there's a peculiar line in the chorus, Ivan et Nioji. When read backward, it spells out, join the Navy. As the song gained popularity and reached the ears of Springfield's residents, it began to affect them subconsciously, leading to speculation that the song contained a subliminal message. Lisa Simpson, always the skeptic, confronts the music director and discovers he is a Navy lieutenant. He reveals that they often use music as a recruitment tool for the military, particularly during the Second World War. This revelation aligns with historical facts, as the United States used entertainment as propaganda during the war. The Office of Strategic Services, now known as the CIA, even stated that cinema was one of the most potent propaganda weapons. This episode sparked a wave of discussions about the nature of music in today's world. With catchy, repetitive lyrics and hypnotic tunes, could our favorite songs subtly influence our thoughts and actions? Have we been unknowingly manipulated by the government through music for years? And could this trend intensify in 2024 and beyond? These questions provide conspiracy theorists with enough content to present their theories about the intersection of entertainment and government. While these theories might seem outlandish to some, they make us question the power of music and its potential to influence our minds subtly. So the next time you find yourself humming to a catchy tune, you should listen closer to the lyrics. The concept of hover cars, which we often come across in science fiction and futuristic movies, was humorously brought to life in an episode of the long-running series The Simpsons. In the 15th episode of the 16th season, titled Future Drama, we get a glimpse into the potential future of the Simpson family, and it's nothing short of extraordinary. Homer and Bart Simpson navigate their daily lives in hover cars in this envisioned future. These vehicles embody a technological advancement that has been the subject of research and development for many years. In 2024, one can't help but wonder, could this be the year hover cars transition from fiction to reality? Before you dismiss this as mere wishful thinking, consider the developments in the field. Samson Sky, a company based in Oregon, said it will commence deliveries of its Switchblade flying car in 2024. This vehicle has been under development for 14 years and is ready for global showcase and customer delivery. While exciting, the concept of hover cars also brings many questions and challenges. We can only speculate about the potential changes such technological advancements could bring. Will our commutes be transformed? Will our skylines become populated with flying cars? Only time will tell. In the meantime, episodes like Future Drama from The Simpsons serve as a fun and thought-provoking exploration of what the future might hold. We talked about AI possibly taking our jobs as predicted by The Simpsons earlier. What do you think about AI going rogue on us if that blew your mind? I don't even want to think of the possibility. The rapid advancements in the field of artificial intelligence have been nothing short of remarkable. However, as we continue to push the boundaries of this technology, we must also consider the ethical and existential questions it raises. Are we inadvertently setting ourselves up for extinction? In the not-too-distant future, could we find ourselves at the mercy of our creations? Before you dismiss these concerns as the product of overactive imaginations or conspiracy theories, consider the revelations of a former Google chief engineer. Blake Lemoine, who held a high-ranking position at the tech giant, lost his job after making a startling claim. Google's latest AI now has feelings. We might have easily brushed off such a statement as a fabrication in years past. But coming from someone of Lemoine's stature made many people pause and consider the possibility. Interestingly, The Simpsons had already touched on this theme in a 1994 episode titled Itchy and Scratchy Land. In this episode, the Simpson family visits a theme park eerily similar to Disneyland, staffed entirely by robots. As the story unfolds, the robots malfunction and attack the park's visitors. While the scenario depicted in the episode may seem far-fetched, especially in the context of 2024, it does raise valid concerns about the extent to which we are willing to integrate AI into our lives. If our creations evolve to a point where they perceive humanity as a nuisance, what recourse would we have? As we continue to explore the potential of AI, we must also ensure that we are considering the ethical implications of our actions. We must balance innovation and caution, ensuring that our pursuit of technological advancement does not compromise our safety or autonomy. While the prospect of rogue AI may seem like the stuff of science fiction, it is a potential reality that we must prepare for. The future of AI is undoubtedly exciting, but it is also fraught with challenges that we must be ready to face. The possibility of an economic collapse is one thing that's always on people's minds at different times. Some people even believe that the United States could be on the way to another economic downturn on the scale of the Great Depression. Some economic analysts studying the trajectory of the country's economy predict that the United States could face significant challenges in the coming year. That is not a problem unique to the United States. The entire world is grappling with economic difficulties at present. The COVID-19 pandemic, the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia, and various other global disputes have put a lot of strain on economies worldwide. It's a miracle that our global civilization has managed to withstand these pressures without collapsing entirely. Like many other events, The Simpsons foreseen this scenario. In a 2000 episode titled Bart to the Future, the show made a prediction that has since become a focal point. The accuracy of the prediction is unsettling. In the episode, an economic collapse occurs during the presidency of Donald Trump. The dialogue goes, "As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it? We're broke." While it's true that Trump is not the current president, it's worth noting that the former president won in 2020. The dots, as they say, connect themselves. However, all we've mentioned so far is nothing compared to Simpson's next prediction. It is the most shocking of all. And what is it this time? The Simpsons, on November 22, 1987, released a special episode of the show. This particular episode aired on The Tracy Ullman Show. While humorous, it might have contained a hidden message about World War III. By now, we know that the writers of The Simpsons love to make accurate predictions and tuck them away in seemingly side notes that initially go unnoticed. This particular episode revolved around the character Homer Simpson, who repeatedly pranked his family with scares of World War III. He would wake them up in the middle of the night, urging them to rush into their makeshift fallout shelter as if the world was on the brink of nuclear war. I won't discuss whether a makeshift shelter in an ordinary American home could protect a family from nuclear fallout. However, the episode was a satirical commentary on the potential for serious conflict between world powers. Today, we might be closer to the possibility of a third world war than we were when the episode first aired. In 2020, before the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, there were already fears of a potential world war. While we are not currently at war, the absence of conflict does not necessarily equate to peace. Could 2024 be when tensions reach a boiling point, leading nations to bring out their weapons and go to war again? We certainly hope not, and continue to advocate for peace in every country where conflict is ongoing. Although this Simpsons episode might have been a satire, it serves as a reminder of the potential for global conflict. As we go through these uncertain times, we must remember the importance of diplomacy, cooperation, and peacekeeping efforts in preventing the outbreak of a third world war. The episode, while humorous, portrays the implications of global conflict and the importance of striving for peace. Not all of The Simpsons' predictions are related to global events. Some are much more specific. One such prediction is worth mentioning due to its astonishing accuracy. In an episode from Season 5 of The Simpsons, titled Lisa vs. Malibu Stacy, the writers of this series depicted a peculiar incident. The episode featured a news anchor reporting on the release of a new Barbie doll, a seemingly trivial event. However, in the show's closing moments, the anchor casually mentioned that the US president had been arrested. This fictional scenario mirrors a real-life event that occurred years later. On April 4th, 2023, former President Donald Trump was arrested. Interestingly, this significant event coincided with the release of a new Barbie movie. Despite the gravity of the former president's arrest, many news outlets chose to focus their coverage on the Barbie movie release, leaving the arrest underreported. This correlation between a real-life event and a scene from a fictional animated series raises intriguing questions. How could a simple comic series predict an event with such precision? While getting a definitive answer is challenging, this occurrence highlights a common media strategy. Media outlets often focus on less significant events when major incidents are unfolding. This tactic diverts public attention, leading to a misappropriated representation of reality. Have you ever noticed how some new channels sometimes air extensive reports on seemingly irrelevant topics while significant events are happening worldwide? That is a common phenomenon, and it's almost impossible to escape. It's a testament to the power of media and its influence on public perception. Although some of The Simpsons' predictions often represent real-world occurrences, some are more fantasy. One of these fantasy predictions, yet to become reality, is one where they hinted at a possible zombie apocalypse. In this chilling episode of The Simpsons, the fictional city of Springfield falls victim to a zombie apocalypse. The once peaceful town, home to the Simpson family and many other characters, is overrun by the living dead. This episode presents a stark departure from the show's usual comedic tone, delving into horror and suspense. The zombie apocalypse concept is a popular trope in modern media, often used to explore themes of survival, humanity, and societal collapse. However, the likelihood of such an event occurring is slim. Despite this, the episode's depiction of a zombie-infested Springfield serves as a reminder of how unpredictable and fragile the world can be. While the idea of a zombie apocalypse may seem far-fetched, it's important to remember that The Simpsons is a series full of satire and comedy. The show often uses exaggerated scenarios and outlandish events to comment on real-world issues and societal trends. In this case, the zombie apocalypse could be seen as a metaphor for societal unrest or a commentary on the fear and uncertainty that often permeates our modern world. The Simpsons had a valid point regarding clean energy. In a single episode, Lisa builds a race vehicle using the sun's power, just like some people wish to use renewable energy to protect the environment. But gasp! Mr. Burns prefers to do things traditionally, so he blocks the sun with his blimp and forces Lisa to lose. Though it's a humorous tale, it may illustrate how some individuals who support outdated energy may attempt to obstruct the rise of fresh, clean energy. The Simpsons may have been correct in 2024. As Lisa did, the globe still relies heavily on fossil fuels instead of advocating for sustainable energy. Will any factors be opposing this year's global shift to green energy? Reports also suggest that major oil and gas business actors are not thrilled with the shift to green energy, but how far they will go in opposing clean energy remains to be seen. Although the following forecast may sound like science fiction, the startling reality is that science constantly transforms fiction into reality. There have been several depictions of human cloning in films and television shows. For example, it has been shown in various films as a means of achieving immortality, resurrecting loved ones from the grave, or even building legions of similar people. The Simpsons playfully depict the effects of cloning in an episode titled, "Send in the Clones." Homer receives a hammock that can clone everyone who lies on it. In typical Simpsons fashion, the cloning procedure in the episode goes awry, producing altered and less intelligent versions of Homer. When the original Homer feels threatened by these clones, he destroys them and must deal with the repercussions of upsetting the natural order. Even though magical cloning chambers are pure fiction, it's important to remember that real-world cloning technology has advanced significantly. We know it's feasible since the successful cloning of animals like Dolly the sheep has been demonstrated. With the advent of gene editing technologies, making creatures in the lab with the desired qualities could soon be possible. Over the years, the Simpsons TV series has gained notoriety for its seemingly prophetic storylines. Time and again, the show has presented scenarios that, while initially appearing as nothing more than comedy, have later materialized in the real world, leaving audiences amused and amazed. From accurate predictions of celebrity deaths, such as that of basketball legend Kobe Bryant, to precise forecasts of Super Bowl outcomes, The Simpsons has demonstrated a knack for anticipating future events. Many often wonder if the show's creators possess some prescience, or if these predictions are merely a series of extraordinary coincidences. To date, approximately 30 scenes from The Simpsons have mirrored real-life events. Counting these instances as mere coincidences seems dismissive, considering the accuracy of the predictions. That has led some to believe that The Simpsons is more than just a comedic cartoon series. It's a window into the secret world of the elites, providing subtle hints about future events. Outro. What is your view on The Simpsons predictions? Feel free to share your mind in the comments section below. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe. Before you go, click on the video displayed on your screen.